She's definitely a star of the show.
Can I walk in?
No, you can't walk. She's Erica because she walked here with that. Here we go. Bingo. Ladies and gentlemen, we back with another episode of All Black Men Need Therapy. My name is Chief.
And I'm Bell.
And here we go again and again and again and again. And if you're looking at the video, you see we got some special guests with us for our final episode of season 1. We'll let them introduce themselves in a moment. But what I will say is it's our baby girls. And for me personally, I know him probably the same thing, but the most therapeutic measure I can take is being around my kids. Whatever the stress is, when I get around my kids, everything changes and I feel much better. So
she ain't in her 20s yet though.
Yeah, she ain't in her 20s yet. We both have our first child was a girl, and we talked about them in pretty much every episode. So we figured we would bring them on to close the season out and let you guys get a feel for what it's like for us bonding with our chillins. You know what I mean? So Shug, you're the Shug, aka Brianna. She'll introduce herself in a minute, but I call her Shug. Shug, you can start. You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Bree Bell. It comes from C Bell, but my friends call me Bree Bell. Sometimes they call me She Bell. So whichever one. Yeah.
You're 23 years old.
Oh, I'm 23. I also went to UConn.
I don't think I ever mentioned that I went to.
I don't think you just always talked about the school, but I mean, you mentioned your teammates, so if they know who they are, then
yeah,
they can figure it out.
Well, cat's out the bag. We're a UConn family.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, you probably not going to Rhode Island though.
Funny because that's where she wanted to go.
Yeah, that's where I wanted to go. My number one.
She threatened me to go to Manchester Community College instead of going to UConn. I was like, please fulfill that threat.
Word, save me a couple $100,000.
Yeah,
anyway, let me close the door. Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Mia. I'm 9 years old. I'm in 4th grade. I love art, singing, music. Yeah.
Well, that just about did it, you know?
Mia sound like she was
rehearsing.
Yeah, for like the valedictorian speech.
She probably cheated because I had the treatment laid out on the floor. She picked up the paper, started reading. I'm gonna be funny with this answer. So I had to snatch the paper from her. You know what I'm saying? So we'll go from there. But we had a little question game to open the door. Shug, we're gonna allow you to answer all the questions first, and then you're gonna answer one by one. You'll answer the question first, then Mia will answer. Then we'll go to the next question.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, do we want to full disclosure, all Black Men Need Therapy fans, I don't even know what we're gonna be talking about. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like,
we just gonna go through.
I normally write the episodes, and I didn't write this one. He did, and he sent it to me probably about 3 weeks ago.
Wow.
I ain't looked at it.
Still don't know.
I mean, I looked at it. And I was like, cool, let's do this, because another thing, in full disclosure, and I don't want to stay your thunder, Chief, but we'll probably talk about this, but I consciously, in the beginning it was conscious, now it's probably more subconscious, like shields my daughter from like social media. Like, it's weird. So I guess I say that to say, even though she's a full adult, she has her own social media presence, but I just still like try to like protect her in that sense. So like for me, this episode was not like, I can't wait to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't wait to get on here and start talking about stuff, because I don't know. I just feel like there's no rhyme or reason. That's just the way I am. So
no, I get it, and it makes complete sense. And I thought about that because when MJ was first born, I was posting pictures and stuff. You always told me like you were a little reserved about it anyway, but she's been on national television, so you know what I mean, the world knows who she is. So they know.
No, right. Like, you know, she just said, the cat's out the bag.
Yeah, it's people in the airport trying to hug my baby. Like, wait a minute, back up, lady. We don't know you. Like, cool out. You know what I'm saying? Word. Anyway, so Shug, what happened?
Dad never posted me on his social media until I was 18 years old. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How'd you feel?
I mean, granted, social media was not around when I was first born, but it was definitely around before I was 18.
Oh. Yeah, how you feel about that?
It is what it is.
I'll tell you a even better story than that. So, for those that don't know, when I was in high school, I won Youth of the Year for the state of Connecticut, and as a result, I got an Oprah Winfrey $25,000 scholarship for college.
Shout out to Oprah.
Yeah, I don't know if the statute of limitations is up on that, and now we probably can't talk about that. Anyway, shout out to Oprah. I got $25,000 for college, and
got $25,000.
My English teacher helped me write a thank you letter, Miss Verdi at the time. And apparently I was one of, because this award was given to all 50 states, I was one of 50 maybe that wrote a thank you letter. So her show called me and they said, hey, Chris, we loved your thank you letter. This was phenomenal. What else do you do? We want to have you on the show. So they knew I had a full scholarship for football. They knew I had a trouble past, as a kid, but they didn't know I was having a daughter. And I knew that would have put me over the top to get on the show.
Right.
But I was like, nah, I don't do nothing else. And I was like, but yeah, I'm sure. I was like, nah, I just go to school and I play ball. And that was that. And I left it at that. I never mentioned it again. I never brought it up to them again, just because I was like, being a young dad, I was just like, I don't need her potentially falling victim to some of the ridicule that I was receiving. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I was like, and then I guess that mentality just carried over, and I never adjusted it. For sure. Sorry, I kind of derailed, but that was
that makes complete sense, and I never actually looked at it like that. So he did you a justice by keeping you away from all that, Suge. So there's a win in it somewhere. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Shout out to Oprah again, though. Word up.
Yeah, shout out to Oprah.
That came through.
Anyways, cool.
So it's a bunch of little questions we got, Suge, and just to kind of, I guess we can flip back and forth if you want to, but we'll go through it first with the girls and see what happens. Question number 1. You ready?
Yep.
What's something your dad says a lot?
I don't know. What do you say a lot? Shut up.
How about you? Something I say a lot.
That you love me more than anything in this world.
You see that? This wasn't rehearsed. What'd she say? Say it again for the people to hear you. That what?
That you love me more than anything in this world.
You see,
start contrasting parenting.
That's hilarious. All right. What makes him happy?
I would say me and my brother.
That's a fact.
What about you, Jack? What makes me happy?
Me majoring in store.
My kids. She got it all right. You got to speak up so they can hear you, though, okay? All right?
I did, real quick, though, I did look at some of these questions, and I'm like, I don't even know the answers to some of these questions. So it's be interesting to see.
That's going to make it all the more interesting.
Yeah,
so, what her answers together. What makes him sad?
The only time I ever seen my dad like genuinely sad was like when I used to just be like bad, and I used to like when I was in middle school I would talk back to my teachers and stuff and I would get in trouble, and I feel like that was probably the saddest I've seen my dad.
I had to keep him off your ass a couple times.
Yeah, because I used to be bad. Yeah, for sure.
What's something that makes me sad, babe? Speak up so they can hear you.
Me leaving.
You leaving? I can't wait for you to go to your mom's house. What are you talking about? I can't wait to send you to your mom. Anyways, how tall is he?
6'2".
How tall am I? Huh?
Does she even know how tall she is?
I know.
Does she have even concept about height yet?
How tall am I?
I don't know.
How much you think he weigh, man?
She said 6'1". There she go. I am 6'1". Yep. All right. What's my favorite thing to do?
Write poems.
Write poems is up there. It's up there. Suge, what's his favorite thing to do?
I know the answer to this one.
Of course you do.
I don't know. Your favorite thing to do? I don't know. You always go to work.
What is it, Belle?
Sleep.
Oh yeah, I thought it was actual activity. That's why I couldn't think of nothing because you always sleep.
Wait a minute, sleep is certainly an activity. Yeah, for sure.
Right.
What makes me proud of you?
Me being good in school and working hard.
Speak
and
up.
Being great.
Doing good in school, working hard, and what?
Being great.
You want to be good?
No.
What do you want to be?
Great.
Word up. What you got, Bree? What makes him proud of you?
Probably the odds that we both beat.
Look at
But
you.
mostly me.
So that's the thing too. Being MJ being 9 and Suge being 23, the answers are going to vary drastically in terms of like, their life experience. But we'll keep the party going. What's my favorite food? Hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Also graduating college too. I guess I could have said that.
That was a big deal, and I'm low key tight. I'm high key tight that I wasn't able to go because UConn was only giving out like 3 tickets.
They were ridiculous.
I'm actually surprised you didn't try to just show up and bogart your way in.
You could have.
I probably should have, but you know what I mean. It was all good. I mean, I was mad I wasn't there. I still got the picture of us in pink from her high school graduation.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. Mimi was so little.
Yeah, MJ and I had on randomly had on the same outfit, like blue jeans.
Me and
pink
you?
Shirts. Yeah, MJ, we had blue jeans and pink shirts on.
Oh, you and MJ did?
Yeah, MJ. Yeah,
oh, okay.
I remember. I think she was on my shoulders, and we took a picture.
Mm-hmm, she was
for high school graduation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sure. What's his favorite food?
I know what your favorite food is.
What is it?
Goddamn tilapia.
No.
See.
What's his favorite food, Sure?
Oh, I know now.
I don't know. Is it salmon? Y'all eat salmon a lot. I don't know. They eat weird stuff.
They do eat weird stuff.
Yeah, they eat zucchini lasagna. I don't know about that one.
That's funny. If he could go, what is it, man? What's your favorite food?
Probably soul food.
If he could go anywhere, Suge, where would it be?
I don't know. Where haven't you been? Mexico. Y'all always go to Mexico.
Shout out to Mexico.
I probably would go back to Mexico Mexico or Jamaica, probably. I don't want to go across the pond. Like, I have no desire to go to Europe. I'll go to Africa. Like, I would do that. But that's
I actually go to Africa like a month ago, and y'all laughed at me.
No, we didn't laugh at you. We laughed at you asking to go now when Oz was on us about going a while ago. That's what we laughed about.
If I can go anywhere, where would it be?
California.
I've been to California. We've been to California.
Yeah.
Don't nobody care about California. Do I have a favorite child?
Yes, me.
Who's the favorite, Suge? You or Chase?
Yes, Chase. It's okay. I had a long run, so
you had to give it up.
Got it.
Okay. You had to give it up. All right, cool.
Yeah.
What's your dad's favorite song?
Song?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, something old that nobody would play now, and it's some type of old hip hop song that probably came from like California or something. Or you like Jeezy too. You like those type of rappers.
What are those type of rappers?
The ones we don't listen to.
Y'all don't listen to Jeezy?
No, Dad. No.
What's your favorite song, Belle?
Where I'm from? Jay-Z?
No doubt. What's my favorite song?
Either All of Me or The Best of Me.
Okay. Best of Me, Anthony Hamilton. Good track. Easy listening. Good bop. You know what I mean?
You know a song I like by Anthony Hamilton? The Day We Met.
Good track.
That joint?
Yep, good track. Good track. How do you annoy me?
Daddy.
What do you do that annoys your father, Suge?
I think as I get older, everything annoys him. Or maybe as he gets older, everything annoys him. So I don't know. Sometimes when I come over, he just insults me as soon as I walk in.
Insults you?
Yes, the other day you came in and was like, why does your sister look like a beach bum?
Your sister?
You said it to Chase. Yeah. And then the other time before that, I came in, he said, oh, that's your favorite outfit, huh?
My grandma say, you got a lot of them outfits, huh? That's funny. What's his favorite movie?
All About the Benjamins.
That's a good one.
What would you say, Belle?
That's a really good guess. And I don't know. Fun fact, like I was saying, I had on Facebook, I had posted that me and Chase was dancing for like 20 minutes to New Jack Swing era songs. I made Lo watch New Jack City for the first time the other night.
Word.
That
should have been a prerequisite to marriage.
I know. She gonna tell me the other day she just found out that yesterday that my favorite season was fall. I'm like, do you even know me? Like,
Word.
But
Word.
Yeah, All About the Bedroom. That's a good one. My favorite movie. It's just so many, man. It'd have to be like based on genre. You know what I'm saying? Like that's definitely one of my favorite comedies.
That was his favorite at one point. That's why I said it so quickly.
We'll go with that. I mean, that we'll go with that.
What about
that's
me,
fine.
What's
Friday After Next is up there too.
Yeah. What's my favorite movie?
Me being honest, I think it's Superman.
Superman?
Yep.
When you ever see me watch Superman?
Yep.
No, it's not even close.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Remember the Titans. That's like my favorite movie.
That's a really good movie.
See,
but that's what I'm saying. So many movies, man. Like The Program, Any Given Sunday.
No, word.
Varsity Blues was a good movie. Like it's like
there's a bunch of good movies, but like one of the ones you could just watch over and over and over again. Like Remember the Titans, just and it's football wise, and I'm football related. So
and it's a hell of a cast. So
word. Yeah. What's my favorite show? We're not gonna do that one because it's the same thing. Who's my best friend?
Uncle Chris, Uncle Jack, and Uncle Ty.
And Uncle Austin.
Oh yeah, and Uncle Austin.
You got to speak up so they can hear you, boo. If they can't hear you, we got to record this all over again. It's gonna be me, you, and one of these.
I was gonna tell you, man, if you was taking a little while to answer that question, I was getting a little concerned.
What you gonna say the same thing, Shook?
Yeah.
What is your dad afraid of?
Needles.
Beetles.
Needles.
Oh, needles.
Like, yeah.
I was like, beetles? What? Do some push-ups, bro. Like, come on, man. What am I afraid of, babe? Speak up, please.
I didn't even say anything.
What am I afraid of?
Losing me.
Good answer.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
Good
Dang,
answer.
Mimi.
Yeah, good answer. You're right. That'll be a bad day on Earth for everybody. Shook, how would you describe your dad to your friends?
He's pretty cool. He's young, so that makes him kind of cool because he understands more things than like older parents. All my friends love my dad, so I don't really have to describe him, but overall, I would just say he's pretty lit.
No doubt.
That old parent that she was talking about, that's like you and Mia. Just so you know.
Yeah, just for the record.
Yeah, but I'm not old. She just young. You know what I'm saying? How would you describe me to your friends, Shorty?
Kind, nice, loving.
See, I get all the adjectives, but you lit. This one, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, man.
That's my adjective.
You want to be in it? Come on, man. You know
Word. All right. So that was just a list of random quick questions we had just to go back and forth. Now we can go through it, Bell, but I don't think we know all the answers to the questions. I got a bunch of questions from a bunch of our supporters and followers and whatnot. I put 8 down, and then we can go through them, and then we'll wrap this joint up.
I got questions too, because you told me to have questions.
All right. You want to start with your questions first?
Yeah, we can start with mine.
Uh-oh. Are these posed to who? MJ or your dad?
No, they're for you guys.
We got to answer, like, it doesn't matter who answers, or we both got to answer?
You guys can both answer. So, well, I wrote this very specific for you, but you guys can both answer. How do your parenting skills differ from G-Mom and Pop-Pops?
You definitely got beat a lot less. That's one. I think that's a really good question. But I think one of the biggest differences, one, I guess I was Pop-Pop's first kid. I was G-Ma's second kid. So she was already a proven parent. So one is learning, right? Learning on the fly. Whereas with Titi, she had to learn on the fly. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I was probably more strict with you just because I wasn't too far removed from where you were. You know what I mean? So like I was like, one thing I struggle with a lot is like not being able to differentiate you from me. And what I mean by that is like if there's a scenario where in that scenario myself, I would have been doing something shady, right? Whereas that's where my mind went with you. Whereas like, no, we're not the same person. You know what I'm saying? Like I was a really bad kid when I was younger and you weren't that kid. Like you had trouble in school in the beginning, but you weren't like bad like me. So that was the biggest thing is like, I just wanted to prevent you from like, cause Jima and Papa were pretty lax with me. Like they weren't like, I came and went as I pleased. So I just wanted to make sure I tightened up with you because, and not to say that my issues were because they were lax, but I wanted to make sure that you didn't hit some of those same roadblocks that I hit and pitfalls. Better question.
Okay. So in my case, it's not G-Mom Pop-Pop, it's Nana. It ain't no Pop-Pop. So it's Pappy, my mom's husband. But I think for me,
stepfather.
My mother's husband. So I think for me, she didn't get beat nowhere near as much. You know what I'm saying? I got her good when she was like 3 and ain't had to get her since. You know what I'm saying? So she know what it is.
3, my G? What you beating her at 3 for?
I didn't beat her. I just had to. I gave her the pop one time. Had to pop her one time, and that was that. And it was over something simple. It was about drilling that lesson and putting the fear of God in there. She's been fine ever since.
You did it to Stormy.
No, I do Stormy. Yeah, Stormy gonna get his too. My son 1.5. I got Major at like 2.5. I told that story before. Anyways, so I think finding a good balance of discipline and understanding. Like when we grew up, it was their way or the highway. You do this and that's that.
And another thing too that was more prevalent with them is do as I say, not as I do.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like I'm big on that in the same sense, but I think I've done a good job of like when it hits the fan, instead of whooping her ass like we would have got whooped, is understanding, is coaching,
having a conversation.
Talking. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's talking through it. So now like she comes to me when she knows things ain't right, and where normally we would get spazzed on for it, and I'm kind of like, okay, she's like just simple stuff. Babe, how was school today? It was good. I did this in class, did that in class, but I had to take a lap at recess because I was talking. Like she'll tell me that kind of stuff where like I wouldn't have come home and told mom nothing. You know what I'm saying? If the teacher didn't call home,
I'm at the mailbox waiting for that report to come in so I can redirect it.
Word. If the teacher didn't call home, nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man. So little things like I think I'm doing the balance is trying to like, we couldn't get a word out when we was younger. You know what I'm saying? Like we couldn't justify why we did what we did. You got your ass whooped and then could explain later on maybe. But it was.
I don't think our parents' reasoning skills were at the caliber that ours are. Right? I don't think they talk about EQ. Like I don't think their EQ is where ours is. Like their emotional intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Like I just think. Well, one, we're more educated than our parents were, but in addition to that, just like society's different. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, for sure, for sure.
Like we were raised in the crack era. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of shit going on. You know what I mean?
Word.
Them reason they wasn't trying to hear nothing, man.
So word. So then that's that. That's a good question, Shug. What else you got?
Wait, one thing I want to say is even though me and Mia are far apart in age, you guys.
What's the math?
You want to know something? You want to know something?
She's trying to add right now in her head.
No, the whole time Uncle Mike was talking, I was trying to add, and I can't figure it out. Because I was like, we're 15 years. Me and Mia are 14 years apart, right?
She's 9, so
yes.
You're 23. Yes. How many years?
Listen, okay. What I was trying to say is we're kind of we're like I'm in the middle, and I have friends who have parents who are older, and so many times they talk about like how their parents will just never understand because they're so set in their ways, and it's like they don't take the time to realize that their kids are humans and they have emotions and they have feelings, and you can't just be like, okay, I don't care because what I said goes. Like, that's not how you have a healthy relationship with your kid. So I like that you guys, since you guys are younger, you understand that you have to treat your kids like humans. Or not like these people that you just brought in the world to just tell what to do.
Our little
Okay.
slave.
Right.
So left curve right now. So being that you have made it to your adult life and have graduated college, what advice could you give me in terms of dealing with MJ when she hits that phase, that wall that you hit in your
12 and
teenage years?
13. That's when it's gonna happen.
Right. I'm just saying. So what advice would you give me in terms of how to deal with that verse? And not saying your dad did bad. He did obviously the best he could, but how different can it be for me so we can try to navigate those downfalls, those pitfalls, those mistakes, whatever it is, in a way where she continues to grow and we don't have that intense risk.
Well, here, let me chime in real quick. Conflict is inevitable, right? I just, as a parent and a child, I think it's inevitable. And I think there's going to come a point where she's going to be figuring herself out, right? She's going to be learning who she is. And during that point, there's going to be friction, right? Because she's trying to figure it out. You're trying to wrap your arms around these changes that are happening with her as a young woman, you know what I'm saying? And there's going to be something. It may not be what we have, but there's going to be something. There's going to be some type of something that goes on that makes you question her actions, right? Or question her thoughts, or question her beliefs, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay, I guess is what I'm saying.
It's okay. And I think the most important thing to remember is, and one thing I think forever that you should remember, no matter how old Mia gets, is that you guys really are doing like what you're supposed to be doing. Because I remember it wasn't even when I was younger. It was like literally last year. Dad and I were having a disagreement, and I was just so upset because I felt like if you were so confident in how you raised me, then this shouldn't be an issue, you know? Like, Dad thought when I got a job, I was going to blow all my money. Like, I was just going to not save anything and just, I don't know. He said most 22-year-olds blow their money. And I told him I'm not most 22-year-olds. And I felt like I was upset because I'm like, you taught me to save my money. You taught me financial skills. You taught me all these things. So be confident that I'm going to, you know, like execute what you instilled in me. So I think it's important to remember that even though sometimes things may seem like they're at like the worst it could possibly be, it's just right. It's just that moment. And once she gets through her phase, and once you guys get through your phase, it'll be fine.
Noted. You listening? What did you just take from that? What did you just learn from the conversation we just had?
That once I start to get older.
Speak up, please.
Once I start to get older, I'm going to start knowing who I am. And if I have a disagreement, talk to you about it. Let you know what I really think.
I'll take it. Did y'all hear that?
Yep.
Okay. I'll take it. What else you got, Shug? Babe, you got to speak up though, okay?
What is the most rewarding part of being a father?
You want to take that first, Belle? You want me to get it?
Not washing the dishes. Yo, she used to come back from school, like on the weekends, I would make her wash the dishes.
And was never there. Was not there the whole time and wash everybody else's dishes.
She used to be so tight. The most rewarding, wait, what? Repeat the question again.
What's the most rewarding most rewarding part of being a father?
You becoming a productive member of society, right? Like, for me, right? That's my most rewarding. Like, seeing that I created a responsible, great human. You know, like, that's the most rewarding thing for me. Like, I'm in you know, career, whatever, none of that matters. Education level, none of that matters. It's like, if you're like if you are getting what you want out of life, right? Like, that to me is the most rewarding thing. And then also knowing that you had a part in it, right? It's like, you created this person, you know?
Yeah, I think I feel the same way. Like, when people ask me, like, how are the kids? I'm like, they're fucking amazing. Like, I'm like, they're really good humans. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the most rewarding part, is knowing I have, like, good kids. Like, there's a lot of little shitheads out there. Like, a lot. You know what I'm saying? So to have children who are polite, who use excuse me, may I please, and thank you, like says a lot about what I've instilled in them. And I think it goes a long ways, like when people acknowledge that and mention it to me. Like it makes it makes me feel great. Like obviously for me, the biggest comment you can get is something you've done well as a father. Well, shout out to you, Shorty. What else you got? Oh.
And this was not a question, but this was just a comment from one of the old shows that you guys were talking about how you guys, I don't remember which episode it was, but you guys were saying something like you hope that Mia will know who to bring home, and like, do you remember that when you guys were talking about that? And you were saying how like I don't know if it was the same one, but I was basically wanted to just tell you that Mia will know who, you know, obviously in 15, 20 years when that time comes,
30.
She will know who to bring in front of you and who not to, because like there, like, of course there's people who try to talk to you and they are never going to go anywhere in life. And for yourself, you don't want that, but you know, I'm definitely not bringing you to my dad. Like that's definitely not going to happen. So I just wanted to let you know Mia will know.
Word. You hear that? Don't bring them little nigglets around my way.
Yeah.
Anyways, go ahead. What else you got, Shiv? Wait, let me interject with a question. We'll bounce back and forth.
Okay.
All right. One of the followers sent this and said, "What's the most important lesson you think your dad has taught you?" But give us one. We don't have to say the most important, but one that you've kept with you. So while she's answering, you think of a good answer for the question.
What is it?
Lesson. What's the most important lesson you think your dad has taught you?
A moment I had that was like a breakthrough for me was like when my dad explained therapy and explained like that it was okay to like need help from a therapist, because I feel like once I started going to therapy, I've been going to therapy for 3 years, but when I first started going, I was really just like not in a good place. And once I started going to therapy, and now 3 years later, like it's changed my entire life. So like I just feel like the moment where he explained that, like, you know, therapy is okay, and like you're if you feel like you need help to be okay, then that's okay. That was like a really important lesson to me, because I felt like I could solve everything on my own and I couldn't. So that definitely saved me.
That's what's up. What about you, Shorty?
To be great, and if I make a mistake, it's okay.
What else you got? I mean, that's pretty good. Keep pushing, right? Don't give up and all that other good stuff.
And to know I'm beautiful just the way I am.
Boom.
Don't let nobody say if I'm ugly or I'm not a perfect person, because no one's perfect.
See me doing my shimmy over here?
Dad, stop.
Up top, Shorty. Good job. Believe in yourself. You damn right. I like that. Okay. What else you got, Shug? Come on.
I think the last one, it's for you, Uncle Mike.
Okay.
Since you guys, were you guys friends when I was born?
Yes.
Of course.
Okay. So how did you feel when your friend, I know you're a little bit older than him, but when your friend was a teenager and he was going to have a kid?
It wasn't like a thing that, like, you know, some people frowned upon it because he was so young, but it was like, that's my guy, you having a baby. It was almost like we got to make sure she's okay. Like again, your dad and I got into our shit, but at some point, like something within us knew that we needed to make it out. You know what I'm saying? And that was just more motivation for us. You know what I'm saying? He put you on his back and kind of just use that to fuel him and get him to where he needed to get, like, you know, scholarships and youth of the year and all the other good stuff. And I don't think it was anything we never looked at it like it was a bad thing at all. You know
I'm gonna tell you like this, like me knowing me and like how my life turned out, and obviously I don't know how it would have turned out, but I'm gonna tell you like this, like having a child at such a young age, as crazy as this is about to sound, was probably the best thing to happen to me, because it forced me to mature so quickly that I don't know that I would have, you know what I'm saying? And if I did, it wouldn't have been in the desired time frame. It would have been probably after many, many mistakes. There wouldn't have been a lot of recourse in my mind, because it would have just been me. You know what I'm saying? So like, that was one thing that I know for a fact that altered my course. You know what I'm saying? It's having a kid so early. Because you don't know what you don't know at that age. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're still trying to figure your life out. But you know you don't have a lot. So you can't really, you can't put what little you do have in jeopardy.
Right.
You know? And that was kind of my mindset. So I was just trying to figure out how to make do, you know, and create some solution, right? Because like at 15, like, I'm not taking care of myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I bought my own school clothes and I had a summer job and stuff like that, but I'm not, you know, I'm not putting food on the table, you know? So.
For sure. One of the questions they asked Belle was, what is our favorite thing about our daughters?
Her resilience. It's probably my favorite thing. I mean, my favorite thing is probably like her personality, right? Like, in who she is, but like my favorite trait is her resilience.
Yeah. Sugar, if you was a dude, you can hang out with us. Like, you kind of cool. I think for me, I've instilled a level of confidence in her where, I mean, she might be a little bashful right now on this, but like when it's go time, like Shorty stands up and she knows what she wants. And I think that's just dope. Like at 9 years old, most girls don't have that. Like she's not afraid to go when the crew over here is wild, and she's not afraid to be like, yeah, I'm out. I'm gonna go play by myself over here. You know what I'm saying? She knows right from wrong, and she's not afraid to make those choices, and she's not impressioned by people. And I think that's real dope. Like she's very, I tell her all the time, I say, be your own person, right? All the time. Like, cause she, you know how kids get, like, she has older cousins, she gets latched on to what they do. And like, when we go to eat, I don't let her order the same thing as her cousins. Like, be your own person, get what you want. You know, the kids.
What if she wants that though?
Nah, but I used to. Now she gets. But I'm saying, like, that was just to kind of teach that individuality type thing. But she gets it now, and I think that's real dope. Good, bad, or indifferent, Belle. What is your most memorable moment with your child? You can 1, 2, whatever.
The day of her graduation. Not the graduation. The day of. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like people were like texting me, you know, congratulating her and congratulating me. And that's when I got like emotional. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was probably like the most memorable, because for me it was like at the graduation I was fine, you know what I'm saying? But it was like leading up to the graduation and just like going to get the flowers and, you know, driving up and getting dressed and all of that is just like, damn, this shit is crazy. You know, like I got a whole college graduate, you know what I'm saying?
Did it have more of an impact for you being that, you know, it was your alma mater? Like, did that mean more to you? I mean, not that, you know, there's any less significant.
I mean, I think it's cool, you know what I'm saying? Like in Cancun, apply for the wedding. It was cool that we took an all UConn picture. You obviously weren't in it. But like obviously a lot of the people at the wedding went to UConn, a lot of my teammates, and she got in the picture. You know what I'm saying? So that was real cool, because for those who don't know, my wife also went to UConn. We should probably do an episode on well,
I know what you were gonna say.
I was gonna say we should probably do an episode of how we met our significant others, but
soon come.
You kind of got to get a significant other. But no, it was dope. Like, it's dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? Another memorable moment is we were all out. It was homecoming, I believe.
Oh yeah,
in the tailgate,
mm-hmm.
And it was dope. Me, her, Lo took a picture with our UConn gear on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was cool, right? Like, that's legacy. You know what I'm saying? Now, like, Chase will look to go to UConn, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I never understood that. You know what I'm saying? Like, my parents didn't go to college, so I never understood the legacy component. And that was cool if she didn't go. Like I said, she wanted to go to URI. And I actually made a deal with her that if she completes 1 year at UConn, gets into URI, she can go. Because I wasn't hell-bent on her going to UConn. Mm-hmm. I thought it'd be cool, right? But I wasn't, like you said, I wanted her to be her own person, right? Which is why I'm like, if I have a son, I won't name him juniors. Like, I want them to have their own identity. So if URI was what she wanted, then I was great with that. You know what I'm saying? But to answer your question, it didn't play into my emotions that day, but like big picture, it did.
No doubt.
But not that day.
So for me, I think there's a bunch of moments that come to mind, but there's two that stand out. And one was going to Hollywood and filming the show. like just sitting back and watching my just recently turned 5-year-old, like with 3 people doing her hair and 2 people doing her makeup. Like it just felt, you know what I'm saying? She had her own personal tutor on set because she was in school at the time. And it was real cool and a super proud moment for me. And right before we go to perform, I think the 2 poets who went before us had to cut the middle of their poem and like retape and redo because they messed up. And MJ and I go out there and do it. First take, one, you know what I mean? One take killers and was out of there. So it was super dope. And then there was some celebrities around who came and complimented her, and it just felt real, real good. You know what I'm saying? So that's a real memorable moment for me. Another was she was talking to her brother one day, and I think she was trying to help him tie his shoes. And he was frustrated and couldn't do it. And he was like, Mia, I can't do it. And she was like, she stopped and like grabbed him by his face and was looking, and she's like, Major, look at me. And she's like, look at me, and kind of like just how I would talk to her. And she's like, don't ever say you can't. You can do anything you want to. And that like, I'm watching her teach her brother how I taught her, you know what I'm saying? And it was just so cool. Like she was compassionate. She made sure she had eye contact, and that shit right there. So it meant a lot to me just to see that come into play. And I'm hoping like it just, you know, it follows down. So that was a real cool, memorable moment for me, for sure. Definitely.
That's what's up.
To us too, Belle. It said, if your dad wasn't your dad, Suge, who would you pick as your dad?
If my dad wasn't my dad, I would probably pick my grandfather, Gigi, to be my dad.
Good pick.
Yeah.
For like Family Feud. Good answer. Good answer. Good answer.
What you got, babe? If your dad wasn't your dad, who would you pick to be your dad?
Uncle Didi.
That nigga can't be your dad.
Who'd you say?
Uncle Didi. You better off Uncle Chris.
Is there another option for Uncle?
That brother can't be your dad.
Who would you want to be your dad if you had one?
That's funny. That's real funny. Oh, I hate you. That's funny. That was a good one. You hear you trying to get me, yo? He asked me that question.
See, Mia, the thing is, Mia, it doesn't relate because she has a grandfather. You know what I'm saying? Like so it's like for her, it's like whatever. Like I'm good. Like Dad, you missed out, but I'm good over here.
That's actually pretty funny. What's the questions? What's the best story you can tell about your dad or your daughter? Your dad and also it's mentioned from all of us. Suge, what's the best story you can tell about your dad?
I don't know. Best story? I feel like all I do is tell stories on Facebook about my dad. But
Nah, you on the spot. You can't think of one.
I know. Best? Probably when we went to St. Thomas. Because that was really fun. And it was fun because or maybe the wedding. Probably the wedding, actually. Okay. Because the wedding, I intended the whole time to make him cry. And he didn't cry. Well, he did cry a lot. But he didn't cry from when I gave him the speech. He cried when I gave him a hug. And it was just like, I don't know, like, even though obviously he was getting married and everything, and I know Lo's been in my life forever now, but it was just like a really happy moment because I was like, my dad is happy. So, you know, we're all happy. So it was a good like feeling.
That's real dope. That's super dope. I don't think I caught that moment. I'm a little tired about it.
Yeah, it was after I gave the speach.
I mean, I was there the whole time.
Oh, well, you didn't see it. So.
I don't think I caught the moment. MJ, what was the question? What's the best story you can tell people about your dad? I'm gonna speak up.
The best story?
Yeah, you got a good story you can tell people about me?
Every time I watch your videos on your thing doing poetry, watching how confident you are, and watching how you're on the show and you're telling one of your best stories, it makes me feel confident to know I could do stuff and to know that my dad's a famous superstar.
Your dad ain't that famous.
Yes, you are.
No, I ain't.
Yes, you are.
Well, that's dope. All right, there was
That is dope.
Belle, can you remember a time when you were most upset with your daughter? You don't have to answer it, but that was one of the questions that was sent to us.
There was 2 times.
Okay.
Well, actually, I'll say one time specifically.
Listen to these stories.
It was like 2010, I think, maybe. So early. And she
You
got on Facebook.
You know what's coming, Sure?
Oh, I remember. Wait, keep going.
She got on Facebook, and I don't think I was even on Facebook at that time. I don't think I was. And she had got on Facebook after I told her no. Now I should preface this by saying this is also the same kid that like missed like 4 Christmases, right? Like
in a row.
Like she was just always grounded, like always like she wasn't like in the street doing nothing crazy, but it was just like stuff in school and stuff like that. And then so this was like the icing on the cake for me, you know what I'm saying? So I like lost it. Like my mom had to come intervene.
That was MySpace, but
was it MySpace?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember what it was. Yeah, because MySpace makes more sense.
Yeah, it was MySpace. I don't think we could be on Facebook. Remember, it was like only for wasn't it only for college students or something?
At one point, yeah. So that. What was the question again?
What was a time when we were most upset with your daughter?
Oh yeah, that time, and that's like a specific time. Yeah, there was other times I can't remember like what the specific incident was.
Right. I think for me it wasn't. I mean, she's 9, so she can't. You gotta take everything with a grain of salt. But I wanted to surprise her for her 6th birthday, maybe 6th birthday.
No,
we had driven by like a limo, and she like, girl, chill out. We had drove by a limo, and she was like, kid fell in love with the limo, so I had rented a little limo. It was her birthday. Rented a limo to go pick her up from school and take her to like the bounce house with her homegirls and her cousins or whatever, right? And I go to the limo's parked around the corner. She can't see it. The teacher's like, Mr. Peterson, I need to talk to you. I'm like, what? My child is the good kid. Like, what you mean? She was like, Mia was at the book fair stealing shit. I guess there was a book fair, and they took like one of the erasers that go on top of the pencil.
No, it was a big gummy bear.
Whatever. She took it and like put it in her slid it in her pocket. You know what I'm saying? And like slid off, and then teacher caught her obviously, and she gave it back, and Mia apologized or whatever. But it's like stealing? Like we stealing now? Like it was something simple. Like why would you steal that? So I was tight because I had done all this, tried to make this extravagant thing for a 6-year-old. You know what I'm saying? Rented a limo for an hour to take her to the bounce house or whatever, and she get caught stealing the day of her birthday. I was super tight. I almost want to tell the limo. It was raining too. I almost want to tell the limo to drive off and make her walk home in the rain.
I'm surprised you kept the limo on, but I guess you already paid for it. So at that point.
I was tight.
As the kid, my question is why you didn't give her money for the fair?
What fair?
Then she wouldn't be stealing.
The book fair.
I didn't know there was a book fair. What was going on? And she just happened to, she stole an eraser or something like that. Like, yo, are you kidding me? What'd you need that for? She didn't have no pencils. like what you stealing for? You know what I'm saying? So that was that. But it was, again, it was one of them things where I think that was a good part for me because I kind of like, I blocked it for that moment, let us enjoy that time. And then when it was done, I got into her about, stealing and writing, yada, yada, yada. So I think that was a good parent thing, but it was kind of like, we're going to have fun now, but you got one coming. You know what I'm saying?
I might have canceled that limo.
Nah.
No, you would have canceled the limo.
I might have shut it down, man.
Nah, I wanted
you would have probably had my friends go in the limo to the bounce house, and I would have went to the house.
I wanted to, but I had already picked up her brother. I had picked up Nikki's kids, and I think it was Mariah. You know what I'm saying? So all of us.
So this wasn't that long ago.
And Deuce. No. So
you said she was 6. My bad. You said
she's 9, fam. So you know what I'm saying? So I had them all. And I was like, we got it. I had them all with me. So you know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to like leave these because the limo picked me up at the crib. I'm like, I can't just tell it to go. Like, I need to get home. You know what I'm saying? And I had these kids with me, so we can't all walk in the rain. It was raining.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. So I went through with it, and then we had a conversation.
She probably was getting in a limo like, shit, I got caught stealing, and I'm going to the bounce house.
Yeah.
I'm going to steal more often. What else I can take?
I don't think she got to enjoy that birthday party because she saw it in my face. I was steaming. I'm talking about.
Oh, you didn't say anything.
I talked to the teacher. And then I kind of gave her the death stare that looked through her soul, so she knew what it was. And then I think I just said like, we'll talk about this after, whatever. And then like that whole time she was kind of like shook about it. Yeah, she was shook the whole time.
I think the thing too, I think that's different, Chief, from you and I, is you're just more educated. than I was at that time.
At being a father, yeah, right.
At being a father and life, right?
Right. Well, true.
So,
Yeah.
So I think what part of the, you know how like they say like as a kid, like you don't have like a fear threshold, and then when you get older, you get like cognitive reasoning skills. You start realizing, okay, if I do that, that could hurt. You know what I'm saying? So you start dialing back some of the stuff you do. I think that was that's a good parallel to like me as a parent in the beginning. Like I just didn't know what I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So I reacted. Whereas now you have so much knowledge and so much understanding and education, potentially you could overthink things. You know what I'm saying? Because you have so many different solutions, right? Whereas like I wasn't that versed, you know what I mean? So I was like, it was, all right, here's what happened, here's what I'm doing, right? And that was kind of it. Whereas now, like, what is a resource is the access to information could also be a hurdle because there's so much, right? There's so many different ways people are telling you to do things, right? As a parent, you know what I mean? So I think that's the one difference between you parenting today and me parenting, 14 years ago. Is the difference.
Right.
14 years ago, right. So I think that's that. I mean, I don't think I have any more questions. You got any more questions, babe? You want to ask a question? You got anything? You see these earrings? Her mom's put these earrings on. I let them slide, but I didn't like it. You know what I'm saying?
I think they're nice.
I think they look cute.
Yeah. You jingling, baby. Go ahead,
baby.
Jingling, baby. When I first walked in, I didn't know what to think. I just got, oh, my bad.
Yeah, that's
Look, what
the
you
songs
got,
I'm
Shug?
talking about. Last thing I have to say is, I don't know. Me and my dad have been through an emotional roller coaster because it's just me and him, and it's always really just been me and him. Well, I have a village. I always say I come from a village, so we had help from our family, but me and my dad alone, we really did come a long way. And it's like every time you think like that you hit like this level of like, you think as this is high as it's gonna get, and then it's like it gets better and better and better. And any like fathers that are listening, it's just really, really important for you to be in your kid's life, whether it's a son or a daughter or whatever. It's very important. And like not having, I mean, obviously I don't know what it feels like to not have a dad, but I could see why people who don't have dads kind of, turn out the way they do, because it's just such an important part. And even having a brother now, like there's so many things that like, I don't even know how some women can figure it out without a guy, like especially when you have a son. So it's just really important. And every time the older you get, like the more appreciative you are, and like the more you can see things in hindsight and see like why he did this thing or why it ended up this way. So if you ever feel like at a time, Mimi, that Uncle Mike is being like so just ridiculous and out of this world, just know that it's always for a reason. There's always a bigger picture later down the road. Like it's always for something better. Even though I was grounded for at least 4 solid years of my life, it was all it was all worth it. And everything taught me a lesson. And like there's a lot of things that you don't think that are important at the time, or you don't think make sense at the time, but later down the road it makes a lot of sense. And yeah, and when you have a kid like Mia and like me, we really listen, even though sometimes it may seem like we aren't, but we do, and we'll get it right eventually.
You listening? All right, that's what's up. So Belle normally closes with the final thought. You got a final thought?
I was gonna say, bro, we can just close with that. Like, I don't know what more we need to say.
Final thought. I think that was a final thought. Shug gave the final thought. This is the closer of season 1. We made it 12 episodes for our beyond.
I didn't tell you this, but we got some merch coming.
We talked about it.
Did I?
Yeah, we did. All put it together. Yeah, we got all that. Yeah.
Oh.
Do better, y'all.
We got merch coming, y'all.
Be on the
lookout for we're gonna start with t-shirts. We're gonna get our website up so it'll be easy to order and stuff like that. And what we're probably gonna do too is give some stuff away. Because we're gonna get in the lab, and because we kind of guys, we kind of just do this together, right? I'm being honest. Like, it was thoughts like, literally today I was working out, I text Chief a topic for next season, right? Things come to us and we sit down and we talk about it, as I'm sure things come to you as Black men in this world. So we created this platform that allows us to speak our truth in real time, right? But we're going to also come in this season, we're going to get more methodical with it too, and plan the whole season out. And obviously we'll ad lib as we go with current events and things like that. But it'll have more content because we'll have more time to put it together.
For sure. So we're gonna grow and y'all gonna grow with us. I think that's dope. Anything else, babe? You got anything for the people? No? All right. Well, this has been another episode of All Black Men Need Therapy, closing out season 1 with our beautiful baby girls. We'd like y'all to do us all a favor and hug a Black man today. Hug your children too, today and tomorrow. We out.
Peace.